Hey guys, and welcome to a new completely unexpected video that I decided to do on a whim. And if you're wondering why I'm making this list, that's a good question. I don't know either. I just had random inspiration and that's what happens sometimes. So I'm just gonna start in the bottom of the list with the Zote, and as you can see I made a Zote tier. This tier is not necessarily lower than F tier or above F tier, it's just Zote tier. He's not even really a boss, so I put him there instead. The Eternal Ordeal is a different matter, but I don't think there's an Eternal Ordeal thing in this whole list. So the Zote boss himself isn't really even a boss, so he gets Zote tier. Alright, next. This guy, I don't even remember this guy's name. I know he has two phases, one with swords and one with more swords, but he's going in. I'm not a fan of him as a boss fight. He's kind of an introduction to the spirit bosses, so he's going to go in. No, I'm not going to be that cruel. He's going to go in E tier. Winged Nosk. I like the concept of Winged Nosk, but Winged Nosk is kind of just like a flying version of normal Nosk. Not to mention it's just like, where is he? The Grubfly King, basically, but shoots the orange corrupt, whatever it's called stuff. So I do like the boss concept. I don't like how it's executed. I'm going to put it in C. Next, White Defender. White Defender goes in S tier, mostly because of the lore. I also like the fight a lot, so he goes there. Watcher Knights, I am not a fan of Watcher Knights because of RNG. Honestly, though, it's a good fight. It takes a lot of skill to do it, but it is a lot of RNG. You can lose masks randomly, whenever the boss decides to do a couple attacks in succession. I'm putting Watcher Knights in E as well, because I don't think it's worthy of F, but at the same time, it's not an awful fight. Vengefly King has quite a bit of lore with him too. I'm gonna put Vengefly King in C. No, I'm putting it in D because it's literally has like 2 attacks in total. Just a lunge and then a spawn more small bugs. That's literally it. So he goes in D. Umu. I quite enjoy the Umu fight, especially when you have to hit the jellyfish back at him. I'm not a big fan of the Coral helping part. I do like Coral, don't get me wrong. Please don't hate me. But the jellyfish part is kind of cool that they have in the Pantheons. I'm going to put him in B. I'm quite a big fan of that fight. Okay. Troop Master Grim. That is S tier. And the reason why I like the Troop Master Grim... Actually, we're going to put Nightmare King Grim in S tier as well, because this is one of the most satisfying bosses in the whole game to fight, because it's almost 100% skill to fight this boss. There's almost no luck in the whole thing, but it's ludicrously difficult to beat the boss nonetheless. Yeah, he's even gonna go above White Defender because it's a very, very good boss fight, even though it's so ludicrously difficult. I've only beat Nightmare King Grim once, and I'm probably never gonna try again, but that was still an amazing fight. Next is Traitor Lord. I do like the Traitor Lord fight, but I'm gonna put him in B tier because C or maybe D tier. The problem with Traitor Lord is his arena is so far from the nearest bench, and you have to do lots of parkour to get there, so you end up losing half your masks before even getting to his arena. Not to mention he kills cloth, so he gets D tier. Next is the Hollow Knight, and this is another boss that doesn't really feel like a boss. It feels like almost a prerequisite to getting to the Radiance. I don't know. There's lots of questions that I like, positives and minuses. He's almost too easy. He's kind of a letdown for the final boss. What I would like to see with the Broken Vessel is, like, you fight him through the first phase, and then in the second phase he gets stronger, but halfway through the first phase you have the option to enter him to go to the Radiance, or you can continue and fight normal, like a buffed up tier version of this guy. That could be cool to add more challenge, but right now he alone is kind of just a breeze. Not really too happy with how they did that boss, but it's still a cool boss fight. Lots of different attacks, but they're all just kind of easy to dodge and such. Next is the Collector. I like the Collector. Makes me turn down my volume every time I get to him in the Pantheon, so my family doesn't think I'm going insane or something. But he has cool lore. He gives you the grub map, which allows you to find the rest of the grubs, which is kind of neat. There's lots of weird lore around him, which I like. So he's going in A tier. I'm quite a big fan of his design. There's lots of stuff behind him in the game. This guy, I don't even know what he's called. He's like the Soul Warrior, I think. He goes in He goes in F tier. He doesn't deserve to be a boss. He's like a normal enemy. Yeah, he doesn't get to be a boss. Next is, I think this is the dream version, right? I think this is the dream version. This is the normal version. We'll do this guy first. He is a cool boss fight, one of my favorite. I'm putting him in S tier too. Cool fight. I also like this one too, because this is the boss that I first had challenge with. Hornet, when I first played the game, was a mediocre challenge, but this guy, he was a big challenge. And then the thing is, this guy wasn't quite as hard, but he was still pretty difficult. I'm gonna put him. This is the spirit version of this boss, by the way. It's basically the same phases. I think it's just faster attacks, maybe, or more health. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And the fact that I don't remember probably means it should be a bit lower. Mantis. No, this is. Oh, let's do Mantis Lords first. So Mantis Lords. Mantis Lords are S tier. Tribe of Sisters of Battle is also S tier. This is the boss battle that got me really going in the game, and I think it's the same for like lots of other people. It's just such a good fight, even though it's pretty simple. It is very, very good. So very happy with that. Okay, next, the Radiance. Now, I do like the Radiance quite a bit. It's kind of a cool fight. Very dramatic, considering all things. I'm going to put it in A tier, though, because it doesn't deserve S tier. It still has quite a bit of RNG in the fight, which I don't like as much. So, yes. Also, I need to resort these. I want Mantis Lords goes above. Actually, the Sisters of Battle goes above even normal Mantis Lords. White Defenders can be lower than Soulmaster. Okay. Next, crap. I have no clue where to put this guy. I am a big fan of the boss fight of Pure Vessel, but these decisions are really difficult. Let's just put him in A tier because he's a very tough fight. And I'm pretty biased against him because I'm still stuck on Pantheon 4. So, yeah, he goes there. Paintmaster, I'm definitely putting Paintmaster in S tier. He's my favorite of the Swordsmasters, even though he uses a paintbrush. It's because of all the unique moves that he has. That it's just kind of a fun fight. It's a lot different than the other guys. Speaking of which, let's sort out. Where's the Swordsmasters? Are they even here? Oh yeah, here we go. They are going in A tier, definitely. I'm a big fan of their fight too. Not as cool as a Paintmaster, but they are kind of a neat fight as well. Alright, Oblobbles. Oblobbles is another really hated boss. I'm putting him in E because I don't like them. They're a pain in the butt to fight, and I feel like it's just a soul drain, so you do lots of healing and you have to use a lot of Howling Wraiths on them to kill them, so I'm putting them in E. Normal Nosk. Normal Nosk is my favorite, like, anticipation up to the fight, but I don't like the normal boss fight. It's just kind of, he just runs around and hops in the ceiling. It's kind of a lame boss fight, but the build up to the fight is very S tier, but that fight itself is, like, E tier at best, so I'm putting him in B tier just to be considerate. No Eyes gets F tier. I don't like No Eyes, it's creepy. And also, it's just dodging. That's literally it. There's only one attack besides teleporting, so F tier. The Giant Bush gets. I like Giant Bush. I'm putting him in S tier. This guy, Caterpillar boss, that's Ghost. This is another boss where it's just a ping pong ball. I'm gonna put him in the top of D tier because it is kind of a fun fight, but it gets kind of old pretty fast if you're not good at it. I'll do that. Normal Hornet. Normal Hornet gets. I'm gonna do Normal Hornet gets B tier. I'm gonna put Hornet Sential in. Where's Hornet Sential? Here somewhere. There we go. Hornet Sential. I'm gonna put Hornet Sential in A tier. The Hornet Sential just has more attacks in general, so I like that better. Fail Champion. Fail Champion goes. I do like Fail Champion fight, but I don't know. Let's do C tier because I'm not a huge fan of it. Alright, next we have this boss. Fun fact, I don't even remember this guy's name. He has a moth. What's his name? Well, he is a moth. But the thing is, I fought him once, I think, or maybe twice. I did one each run and I beat him. I haven't gone to him in the Pantheons yet. But I've heard people hate him in the Pantheons. I'm a big fan of him so far because He has a lot of lore to him because of the moth thing, and he's out in the edge of the world. I'm going to put him in B tier because I quite enjoy the fight because he has a dream shield, which is, you find your dream shield at the moth place. So I think that's kind of cool. If you guys can't tell, I don't know what I'm doing, what the heck I'm doing. And for Gorb, I have to do the funny meme, and I have to make an extra tier for Gorb because we have to ascend with Gorb. How do I make an extra tier? Alright, I did the funny, and now Gorb is in Gorb tier. So now that Gorb's ascended, next is Dung Defender. Dung Defender's going to go right with White Defender. Same thing, I'm actually going to put him above White Defender, and I'm a bit biased in that because of a certain speedrun percent I did a while ago, but it's just a cool fight. There's lots of lore behind it. He's one of the only, I think he is the only of the 5 warriors that you get to fight. 5 King's Knights, I think they're called. I don't remember the correct term, but he's one of the only ones we get to fight in this game, or even see. I know what the person we carry the flower for is a knight, but you don't get to fight them. Isma's dead. And there's just a lot of lore behind him, and it's kind of a cool story, so he goes in S tier, not to mention his fight is really cool, even though he's very cheesable. Alright, I'm not really going in any order here. Let's do Sly next. I like Sly. Sly is a cool boss. Sly gets S tier, and he gets to go this far up. Sly, I think Pantheon 3 was one of my favorite experiences in the game, just because of how challenging it was. When I beat it, finally, it was amazing. Sly is a boss that took me forever to beat, but when I beat it, it was like now I can beat Sly pretty easily. It took a long time to learn Sly, but it was a fun fight. So he was in S tier. And alright, who's next? Flukmarm. Flukmarm goes in Flukmarm is kind of a boss that just sits there and spams out minions. So I'm gonna put Flukmarm in, I'm putting it in C tier because Flukmarm, now that doesn't feel fair. I'm starting to feel like I'm mistreating all the bosses that are below. I can't put Flukmarm above. I can't put Flukmarm above the Hollow Knight. So I'll put Flukmarm here. And my one reason I like Flukmarm a little bit and why it's not an F tier is Flukmarm drops that charm that makes normal spells do stupid amounts of damage, and that's why Flukmarm has the funny meme charm. So yeah, Flukmarm that goes there. Zote, the lots of adjectives, goes, I feel like it'd be funny to put him Zote here, but he's an actual boss, so we'll put him somewhere else. I despise this boss fight. It is difficult. I don't despise it as in I hate it. I'm very bad at it. I feel like I shouldn't let me get biased about it, but he's going in C tier. Because when I did the Pantheons, I had to restart my game and go back and then kill Zote and then go through to actually beat that Pantheon that has Zote in it, which is a 3rd Pantheon, I think. Because he was the one challenge in the whole Pantheon. And I could very easily, my first run without Zote, I beat that Pantheon. Awful, awful boss. Laser Boy, I think it's Crystal Guardian, that's what his name is. I do like this boss just because he's guarding a bench, and that's the only reason you fight him. Which I find hilarious. But he literally just shoots lasers. So let's put him in D tier, above Flukmarm. And also the same goes for this guy, because this guy's exactly this. I know he was 1 tier lower, because he is literally the same boss, but just a little bit more power. They could have done something more creative with that, right? He's just faster and more powerful. 2 masks instead of 1. So next we have Absolute Radiance. Absolute Radiance, I don't like this fight. I've only fought Abzrad once, and I didn't like it. It's just normal Radiance, but stronger. Really difficult. I know Abzrad has the last phase, but that's different than normal Radiance, so I'll give her credit for that. And also, this is by far the strongest boss in the game, and I'll most likely never defeat it. So I'm going to put it in, maybe, I'm going to do A tier. The problem is, it's even more RNG based than, you need to be even more lucky. So I'm going to put it in the top of B tier. 1 second, gotta drag it. Sure, there. Alright. Elder Who? Elder Who has 1 attack, or 2 attacks, I guess. The one that cascades, and then the one that's just random. I'm gonna put him in D. Let's go C tier. No, D tier. Elder Who, no, E tier. He's kind of a lame boss fight, to be completely honest, but he is free spirit, so sure. All right, Brooding Moloch. Brooding Moloch. I like Brooding Moloch because he crushes that one guy. I think Tiso was his name. It just crushes him in the Pantheon. And I like that. It's funny. So he goes in B tier, sure. B tier is cool. Next, we'll do this. Broken Vessel. Broken Vessel is a cool fight too, but I never really liked it, and I just never really got into the fight, really, and it was kind of easy, so I don't know. And the other thing is it's pretty cheesable too. You just kind of spam spells and you're done. He doesn't have much health, so I'm going to put him in C tier. I just didn't really enjoy that fight. He goes above Zote, though. And same thing with his spirit counterpart, Lost Kin. Oh, I already did. I missed out on this guy. This guy's going... No, this guy actually... So, this boss... crap. Is it Failed Champion? I think this one's Failed Champion. I don't remember... Oh, sorry. That one is Failed Champion. I don't remember what this one is. Not sure. This might be Failed Champion. But he is better than, in my opinion, in this fight, just because he's challenging. Like, this is a hard boss fight. In my opinion, it's one of the hardest ones I've fought. It took me hours and hours to beat it. Even with the cheese method that he has, it's still difficult. It's hard to make the cheese even work. So he's going in B tier. I'll put him a little bit higher in B tier. Not above Hornet, but he'll go a little bit higher in B tier. Why Nosk should not be above Hornet. Definitely not. Don't remember this guy's name. He is annoying as heck. He makes things spin. I do kind of like him, though, just because of spinny things, and you can deal a lot of damage to him, but he's kind of just a simple boss. I'm putting him in mid-D tier. Not above Hollow Knight, but Hollow Knight can go higher on this list, too. Yeah, Hollow Knight can go there. B Knight. You can literally just tank this boss late game, so I don't know what to think about this one. E tier, kind of cool lore behind him, I guess, but the Beehive is kind of just a random zone, to be honest. It's an optional part of the whole thing, and the reward from it just kind of mediocre. He can go above Elder Who and Obble Obbles, and Hive Knight. I'll put him there. Alright, let's see. A couple two interesting ones left. This guy, I don't even remember the name of this one either. He's the champion at the end of Third Pantheon, and for that reason alone, the stress levels are over a huge number when you're fighting this guy. I'm going to put him, or her, I guess. I don't know which part is actually the boss, but I did quite enjoy this fight in the Pantheons, though, so I'm going to put him in... Let's do D tier, the bottom of D tier. The thing is, it's literally has like 2 attacks as well. It's a big roll, and a little bug on his back does like a little slash, but you can basically just pogo the whole fight. Yeah. Alright, and last but not least, the Gruzmother. I have no real opinion on Gruzmother, but Radiant Gruzmother is one of the more fun fights in the game because it's so hecking stressful. So I'm going to put Gruzmother in solid C tier, like halfway up the chart. So yeah, this is my Hollow Knight tier list. It's not biased at all, I swear.